So there is a slight change in the agenda. So we'll have the panel discussion before and followed by the two talks. Alright. So I would invite Joseph, Satya, Devangna, and Open on stage. So we have two people joining from US, Vignesh and Shruti, and the rest of the members can be sitting here for the panel discussion. And Abhishek will be moderating. Yes, sir.
I think this panel discussion idea is around, so let's make it a controlled, chaotic environment where people from different industries are here. We have some broader themes to discuss. So we just want to go away from a monologue where a person is coming here with his viewpoints and trying to interact with students and faculties here. So we will have different set of people, they have different understanding coming from different industries. It will also interest you when you will try to find out some keywords they will pick up from their industry and will start talking about them. So this whole idea of panel discussion is around making a controlled, chaotic environment. A lot of new things might come up, and I can assure you it will be a good experience for you where people sitting here and some people joining from US is trying to come up with their ideas and thoughts were prompted. So this is nothing, I have not shared any questions beforehand. So. And one more request, so we will try to keep it more interactive. So once people will follow their thoughts and we will start listening to them, then I will open up the floor and start asking questions, because you will not find this kind of set of people sitting there to answer their questions. So they can be very specific to their own journey, their own understanding of data science. This can be very specific to their industry, what is happening in their industry, what they think would be the future, and what are the things that you can pick up right now. So make best use of that, and I will try to make sure that most of the questions are accommodated to. Okay, so hey Vignesh, can you hear us? Shruti, you? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so let me start with introducing our panel here, and thank you very much for all of you to be here and face questions from few from Alma Mater, few from not Alma Mater, and see how you can answer these questions. Yeah, so Satya is yet to join, but most of the people know about Satya. So Satya is from KLA Kanpur. He's an old alumnus of the institute, and he is one of the most enthusiastic person to come over and talk to you guys on multiple occasions, maybe formal and informal. Then we have Robert here. He has graciously accepted our invitation to come and talk to you more around healthcare and analytics and the data things that are happening in the US market. And he will also be talking after this on his own specific topics, but feel free to jump onto him and ask questions around healthcare and pharmaceutical companies. Now we have Vapan Datta also with us. He specifically comes from banking domain, how banking is making use of data and how banking is evolving on the regulatory fronts. He works for Divide right now. Then we have Devangna. Devangna is sitting here on the stage. So she has a good diverse profile. She works for ThoughtWorks right now, which do a lot of marketing related work, how marketing can be changed and improved using the data. And she also works with the open source data systems, how open source data systems and databases can be used. Yes, sir, please try. Can be used to make data for social good. There is a lot of open data available how to use that. And we have Vignesh. Thank you for joining, Vignesh. So Vignesh is joining in from US. He works for Google as a software engineer, and he is specifically working on technologies related to web. Then we have Shruti. Thank you, Shruti. Thank you for joining us. And she has also, so for both of them, a round of applause because it's very late in US. So she also works as a software engineer, and good thing is both of them are alumnus, so they need one more round of applause. So there are some few broad themes where I will start with, and I will start with the individual journey of the people, how they started their academic career and how they then decided to go into what they are doing right now. So I think I will start with Vignesh. So Vignesh, the broader idea is that I will go to each individual and just ask, how you started from PhD or your post-graduation colleges and how then you have moved on to your current roles and what are you doing in your current roles.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So should I just go ahead?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so hi everyone. That's a pretty full hall. I wasn't expecting so many people, to be honest. So yeah, my name is Vignesh. Can you hear me? Just raise your hands if you can. Okay, great. So yeah, my name is Vignesh and I work for Google. I went to PhD about 5 years ago, from 2007 to 2012, where I did my theoretical computer science. And right now I work in Google on things related to video processing. So I work with teams like YouTube, Android, Chrome, pretty much any Google product that you can think of that has anything to do with video. My team works on it, and I mostly work on algorithms related to video compression, video storage, video streaming, things like that. And obviously at Google scale, we consume, we process, we use a lot of data. It's a pretty data-driven company. So I'm really happy to be here. I'm possibly the least qualified person to be in this panel because I don't actually work with data science on a day-to-day basis, but I'm glad to be here. Thanks.
So I think data is a integral part of your work here, starting from video sources to streaming. We are already dealing with the data perspective as to where it is. We will make sure that you speak of your perspective where there is a transactional data which is coming from multiple sources and how you are managing it. We can move on to Shruti. Shruti, you can also share your journey of from your college days to what you are doing right now and what your current responsibility is.
Hi everyone, I'm Shruti and I graduated from PhD in 2013 and I started working with Google. I work with basically the Google ad targeting team. So if you see all the good ads where you want to really buy, that's because of my team. But if you see the bad ones, I'm not responsible. On a serious note, I work a lot with data. My team basically models to target the right ads for the right users. And I was really interested in this conference because it is right on the line of work I do. I basically started off only with a few courses as a groundwork from PhD, like the data mining and information retrieval, and the rest of it is just what we learned over the years, a couple of years in my work. And thank you for inviting me, and I'm glad to be a part of the conference.
This is more of our question. Thank you. So we will keep on asking questions. We will come back to you in some time. Devanga, maybe you can start from there.
Hello. Hi, I'm Devanga. I'm from MSc TCS 2K batch. I'm not sure how many of you have seen me before. This is my first time I'm back in college after 3 years. But it's a pleasure coming here. So I work with ThoughtWorks, a company called ThoughtWorks. And when I joined ThoughtWorks, I told them that I come from a machine learning background and that's what I'm interested in pursuing my career in. So I got into the India Analytics team of ThoughtWorks, which basically does multiple proof of concepts for the clients. So any of the data problems that they have, we try to sort of build prototype to showcase the solutions that could be possible for those problems using data, and try to sort of show them the potential of the solutions which are driven from data. After doing a year with that team, I moved to a client project for 2 years, which was into the marketing analytics domain. So how do you look at the historical data of marketing investments? So billboards, TV advertisements, and so on. And using that, how do you create a profitable plan for the next 1 year of investments? I did 2 years there, and then came back to the India market team now, where we are doing POCs for some of the Indian clients and the US clients using data. Apart from that, I do, in my volunteering hours, I work for a non-profit called DataKind, which basically works in the space of social good. So we basically use data to build solutions for non-profits. So there are different domains. I did a workshop about that, but if anyone of you is more interested in knowing about that, I would be more than happy to share. That's me. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Devangana. Ravi, you can.
Hey, good morning. I'm Joseph Robertson, and I did my MCA. I passed out of MCA in '95, but I also studied BSc Applied Sciences and PhD Tech. I spent about 6 years. This is my second, actually, and my second parents, I can say, Dr. Natarajan. So, I've been in the industry for about 20 years now. The first 10 years, can you hear me? For the first 10 years or so, I was the traditional software engineering track. I was pursuing the software engineering track. And along the way, I got an opportunity to work with analytics, visualization, statistics, data science. So I naturally shifted towards that. At that time, the term data scientist was not there. People were called business analysts or statisticians. So when I came across machine learning, it actually blew my mind away, like so much that it was the aha moment for me. So I went back to school to pursue an MS in statistics. It really opened my eyes to the potential of this field, and since then I've been working full-time as a data scientist in that capacity. Now I work with a pharmaceutical company. In the last couple of years I've been working in the healthcare field. And my current role is actually, like, you might be wondering what a data scientist is doing in a pharmaceutical company, right? I have a session just dedicated for that, following this. But the gist is, like, I'm part of a huge team, and our only job is to look around the world for people doing pioneering research, be it in algorithms or data. So basically, we reach out to any university, any researcher, any startup around the world in a very methodical way to see if there are some pioneering work that can advance medicine. So I'll still be talking about it, so thanks.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Dwayne, and I guess among everyone over here, I'm not a part of the pass out of PhD. In fact, I have a very different background. So I did my master's in applied econometrics. So you can say I have an economics background, and I am working in the data science field. You must be wondering why. So I actually started my career in 2011, pass out, and that was a time, as Robin mentioned, the term data science was not conceived yet. So it was mostly about analytics and predictive analytics. So it was mostly about models, statistical models, and based on regressive data or the past data. You take an assumption what has happened in the past, and you kind of forecast your future. And this was applied in various industries. So in my 5 years of career, I've worked with firms like Headstrong, where I built capital market models like PD, LGD models, etc., capital plans for bank. I work with United Health Group, that's a healthcare insurance company. I work in the advanced research and analytics division. So I built machine learning algorithm, things like GBM or support vector machines, etc. Even like Robert mentioned, even for me that was an aha moment as well, moving from my traditional statistical background to explore the potential of machine learning. Currently I'm working with Deloitte, and you must be wondering, in the world of automation and data scientists, what is a consultant doing in the stage, right? So we'll come to that in my session when we talk about banking. So right now I work with Deloitte in the area of capital markets for banks and regulation. I make capital plan for banks, and we'll talk about a little bit things like Basel, CCAR, etc., and application of data science over there in my session. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr.
I'm Satya. I'm the odd man out here, I guess. I'm not a data scientist, I don't do things more with data science. So I've been, into managing projects and building teams for the past 15 years. That's what my expertise is. So groom talent and make them successful, right? So, I was telling the students yesterday, in both sessions, right? So it's inevitable in the next 15 years, people need to learn to deal with data, make sense out of data, right? Irrespective of what your profession is or what you're doing, right? So you are going to get overwhelmed with data, you need to learn to deal with data. So in that sense, I'm always curious and interested in learning about things about data.
Thank you, sir. Karthik, you might give some perspective on retail and e-commerce, just as an introduction, so that I can club everything up into industry verticals.
So, my aha moment actually started in PhD Tech itself, way long in my final year. So, as part of the SSC lab, that's where I first tried understanding how to really map a problem statement to something like a model, right? So, machine learning model, fuzzy inference systems, these are the all first the techniques which I started to apply on certain problems from network and security domain, network security domain. So from there on, there has been a gap of I think close to 3 years where I was not even close to building models and talking data science and things like that. But that's the time when I learned speaking, I learned articulating ideas much better, right? And that's where I learned the technology part as well as how do you really map the business problem to a model or the tech in general. So now as part of the data science team in Snapdeal, the job is pretty much back again to from where I started. So for me, the journey is a cycle. And in between that, hibernation period was something where I think I was preparing myself for the future to come. So now is the time, I believe, where I've taken to take that leap, big leap from here on to where the data science is actually leading all of us.
Thank you, Karthik. So just a small round of introduction from my side also with industry I'm working in.